This is about clothing safety. A lot of people are talking about, oh, that's fairly tight until I pull a snap loose, but my loose sleeves. And I was wearing coveralls in some of the other shops that I was at, and I would always cut the sleeves off. And sometimes I'd get burnt by chips, little things going on, but I didn't think too much of it until I came to work at my second job in Alaska. I was running this drill press right here, actually. We were taking chamfers. We were cutting big chamfers on some punch plate so that the punch plate could be turned over, and you have it this way so the rocks that come in here will either go out or fall off. If you don't have a chamfer on it, well, it wears out and it gets a bigger and bigger hole, but if you don't have it chamfered, then rocks will get stuck in the hole. And then it doesn't allow material to go through anymore. They make punch plate, but chamfered punch plate, you have to make that in a machine shop. It's more expensive, but a lot of the real miners used to do that. We were taking heavy cuts on some big holes. Chips were flying at me. Wasn't so much my sleeves, but my hands were just, no matter what I did running this, there were things flying at me. My hands were starting to get burnt. I'd have chips that would be as I'm trying to reposition the plate. It was just nasty. So I sheepishly asked my machinist boss, Lee Bishop, who had good 20 years experience, where I'm 20 years old at this time, and I asked him if I could wear gloves running this drill press. And he said, huh? What? Everybody wears gloves in here. So at that point I had an awakening. It kind of depends on what your experiences are around you, what you're doing. If you, as I always wear the longer sleeve, I have a little bit, it's sticking out there an inch. So I keep my area of my arm away from things by an inch or two extra. You make up for it. You use your brain. Your biggest safety device you have is your brain. You use it. When I was doing which is on another one of our videos, I was doing some machine work at 40 below. When I was doing that machine work, I wore Arctic gear. And on top of this floppy Arctic gear, I had a parka that was even more floppy. I didn't have one to show right now, and I was wearing bunny boots because I was in the Arctic. The cold was a much bigger problem than whether or not I was going to get wrapped up in a shaft on a line boring machine. And again, I could make sure I was a good foot away from it before I engaged the drive. You just slow down a little bit, you use your brain to select the appropriate, safe clothing. Now, if I was going to stand out in the rain, would I be out here without a rain jacket or an umbrella? Only if I was making a video.